Because first you got to convince men that have been raped by other men to come out and speak. Once that's been established.
But that's already been happening though, because men are now comfortable coming out.
Still very little though.
But it's very little, but it's enough to where it's highlighted. Because you have people like Terry Crews who are being way too fucking extra. Because nigga, that's not like, all right, man, I get it, but also it's like you're huge. You could have been like, if you don't move, like whatever.
Is it worth your career to punch somebody though? Is it worth like potentially losing out on millions and millions just to be like I was grabbed and I could have punched this person, but you're losing out on millions and millions of dollars?
Here's the thing: wasn't the dude who did it wasn't he his agent or manager?
No, it was like some other. It was agent related, I think, but it wasn't his agent. I think.
I don't know.
Either way, like when that shit happens, and like it happens with someone that has like. Potentially has power over you. No matter what everyone says, like I would have punched him, I would have done this, I would have done that. You wouldn't have, because once like that hand is on you, your mind is going through from like what the fuck is happening to like, oh shit, what's gonna happen if I do something? What's gonna happen if I retaliate right now? What am I gonna lose? You're thinking about everything that you could lose.
Look, I'm only speaking for myself in this situation. I don't know how he. Well, I know how he reacted. He didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
But I can only speak for myself. That would not be a good situation. If that was another dude who tried that with me, that would not be a good situation. If I'm in the same boat as him, right? So if I'm this whatever, right? Whatever, that would not be a fucking good situation. Because I'm probably gonna do what I would do, which would be very bad, right? So, my only thing is, going off that same logic, what is worth you, like a person stepping out then? Because if you being violated isn't worth, like, you, and it wasn't like, it wasn't like fucking, oh, he did it to everyone. No, he did it to you. And you chose to not do anything. So you chose to be a coward at that point. So that's on you. That has nothing to do. Yes, he was wrong, shouldn't have done it, but you had every right to stop him. You chose your career over that. So at that point, isn't everything you say after that fucking like null and void? Isn't all invalid?
Isn't part of the fear though of coming out to like you won't be believed, that look at me and look at him, who are they gonna believe?
If we're gonna use that logic, then wouldn't you beat his ass anyway? If you have nothing to lose at that point, because basically,
no, you have everything to lose at that point.
All right, niggas act like Terry Crews was like, I don't see how, I just don't see how letting something like that happen and you being in his position, because it's not like.
Well, think about it. He before that happened, he was like well known as like a sex addict. Of like he was just fucking like anyone that would come around, right? Well, any woman, I'm guessing, that would come around.
Terry Crews?
Yeah, like it was known. Like he was just fucking all over the place, I guess.
Wasn't he married when this shit happened?
Like that matters.
This changes everything. But whatever.
So he had the reputation for that, right? So if someone does that to you and then you go ahead and claim like, oh, I was like assaulted, everyone's gonna look around like, but you fuck everything. Like what? Like how is that a big thing? Like why would you react that way when you're like doing all this other shit?
Wouldn't it automatically like switch up when he says it was a dude?
No, it wouldn't, because like sexual addicts, people that are fucking around, like it's kind of, I guess, assumed that you just get into crazier and crazier situations where one woman doesn't satisfy you anymore, or two women doesn't satisfy you anymore, and you go try all this crazy shit.
See, this is why I'm not down with this whole Hollywood weirdo shit. Because shit just like this or whatever, right? I'm cool with just like podcasting and getting money.
It's like what if a prostitute was like, I was raped? Everyone's gonna be like, we gotta check the story. We can't just believe you right offhand.
No, that should be every story. Every story you have to check the story.
Right, but on a prostitute, you're like, you probably didn't. You're probably just mad someone didn't pay you.
She could look. A prostitute can still go to the police.
They can. I'm just saying most likely. I'm just saying most likely. What's gonna be like? How are they gonna spin this? It doesn't matter what the facts are. It matters how everyone is gonna spin it based on your reputation.
However, well, for one, I don't really like.
Because I just don't believe the whole like, oh, I could see a situation and totally be unbiased to everything. Like, no, it's impossible. It's fucking impossible to be unbiased because you've been told throughout your whole life that these people are this way and those people are that way, and anytime you see them, that's what it is.
What do you mean unbiased?
Unbiased, like you don't have an opinion, like you're totally indifferent. Like, so if I see, like, if someone brings up a prostitute, you automatically start thinking about all the shit you've heard about prostitute, regardless of what the person, like, who the person actually is.
Okay.
So let's say it's like, hey, here's my friend, she's a prostitute.
Okay.
You right then and there, without knowing anything about her, you've already created a story in your head, like who this person is, what this person does,
Okay.
how her life is.
Okay.
So right then and there, she tells, I tell you the story, oh, she was raped. All those, like, you were like really, were you like really, like, did it really happen that way? Like, you start questioning. Other than if someone with like a good reputation, like someone that was just a good person all, like her whole life, and that's how you know her. She goes like, I was raped. You don't even question that shit. You automatically believe it.
No, I'm gonna question everybody on that.
Well, eventually you like learn shit, but off the jump, like when it's said, you pretty much believe it. That's what I mean by being like, no one can be unbiased, because you already have a story about this person in your head. Just, what do you call those, like little unconscious thoughts or whatever that just come your way.